In this video, Laura is going to show you how to prepare for the week ahead by broiling vegetables, making brown rice, and parboiling leafy greens. These processes can be run together, as you see in this chart, in parallel. Laura's going to make it look easy, and in fact it was pretty easy using her techniques. So here are our ingredients: healthy vegetables and leafy greens. We're going to take some tools, ordinary tools from the kitchen. Make sure you have a very sharp knife, sharpen it ahead of time, doesn't take long with a good steel, and that you have a good peeler, high quality. Now here's Laura.
First thing I'm going to do is turn on the oven to 450 degrees. And place the sheet pan in the oven to heat up at the same time as the oven is heating. That's going to be for the roast vegetables.
Now we're going to fill a large pot with water for boiling our leafy vegetables, and we'll also prepare some rice. Laura will show you that.
Putting 1.5 cups of brown rice in a small pot, and I'm going to cover the rice with water by about 1 inch. The oven preheating for the roast vegetables, water boiling for the greens, and the rice starting to simmer. So all 3 items are already going. Prep the vegetables, cut up vegetables for the roast vegetables. Be sure you've got a nice sharp knife and a good vegetable peeler.
Brussels sprouts don't need to be chopped, just rinsed and cut. Laura's going to demonstrate that.
The little Brussels sprouts, but I'm going to leave them whole. Just rinsing them off in the bowl of water.
Peel the sweet potatoes and peel the carrots and the parsnips, and then cut everything up into about 1-inch pieces.
So they're all pretty much the same size. Every piece is about the same size, no matter what the vegetable is. So all about the size of one of the Brussels sprouts. And I just heard the oven beep. It came up to temperature, so I'm ready to season these and get them in the oven.
So how do you figure out how much salt to put?
That was about 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and just a good grinding of pepper, enough oil to coat everything nicely. Just get hands in there, toss it around. I haven't oiled the pan at all, so this is the only oil, so this needs to have a healthy amount of oil. Alright, we're ready to put them in the oven. The oven's up to 450, and remember we put the pan in to heat up ahead of time, so the pan's also 450 degrees, so be very careful. I'm going to put my cut up and seasoned and oiled vegetables on here at sizzle. Be sure that's just 1 layer thick. If you crowd the pan, they won't roast, they won't brown nicely. And close it up, and I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Okay, when the rice comes to a boil, I want to turn it down to low without opening it up, and just let it simmer, and that's going to be about ½ an hour. Okay. For prepping the kale, you don't even have to use a knife. The stalk is woody, you don't want to eat that, but you can just tear the leaves right off. Tear the leaves right off the stalk. Get rid of the stalk.
You can't just rip the leaves off the collard. You have to use a knife to cut out the stem. So just cut out the central stem, and then you'll have the leaves ready to chop.
Got the stems removed, you stack up the collard leaves. I've got about 4 leaves here, 4 or 5 leaves. Roll them up, looks like a giant green cigar. And then you can just slice them all together, and you end up with strips. And I'm going to put those in the salad spinner with the kale.
Now that the greens are all chopped, we can wash them by putting them in the salad spinner, filling it up with water, and swishing it around a little bit. No need to spin them dry. Add some salt to the pot of water, and when it comes to a boil, dump in the greens and let them cook for about 3 minutes.
The greens are in the pot blanching, just coming to a boil. I'm going to put ice and water back in the salad spinner to chill the greens as soon as they're done. Greens have been cooking for 3 or 4 minutes. They're soft. They're still a nice bright green. This is just a pre-cooking. We'll cook them some other way later in the week. I'm just using my scoop, pull them out of the boiling water and into the ice water in the salad spinner. Get them all out. So they all now they're all, as soon as they're cool to the touch.
Either wait for all the ice to melt or pull the last bits of ice out. Pull the insert out to drain the greens, dump your water, and then spin the greens dry. When they're nice and dry, you can package them into containers to keep for later use, and they'll last you all week.
So all these greens that would have taken up all this space in your refrigerator, once they're blanched and spun dry, are much smaller and take up much less room in your refrigerator. Plus, rather than having to clean and cut and cook them on a weeknight, you can just reach in here and do a quick saute or throw them into something and be ready to go. Okay, the vegetables have been in the oven for about a total of about 20 minutes and they're nice and brown and fork tender. I'm going to pull them out, turn off the oven, and just let them cool before I package them up and put them in the refrigerator for use as a side or as an ingredient in another dish later in the week. So 55 minutes after starting, we've got a tray of nicely browned vegetables, a pot, a cup and a half of cooked brown rice, and a bunch of greens all cooked down and packaged, ready to put away. The only thing left to do at this point is wait for the rice and the vegetables to cool enough to put them in a container and put them in the refrigerator. And then we're set for meals later in the week.
And 55 minutes.
Items made ahead, the cooked brown rice, roasted vegetables, and blanched greens. You're ready to either use these things as sides or base for a meal throughout the week, or I'll show you next time how you can actually recombine these with some additional ingredients to make 3 different meals.
Thanks for watching. In week 3, you'll get another video showing you how to use these things that we have prepped ahead to make 3 delicious dinners. Either wait for all the ice to melt or pull the last bits of ice out. Pull the insert out to drain the greens, dump your water, and then spin the greens dry. When they're nice and dry, you can package them into containers to keep for later use, and they'll last you all week.